Okay, this is the part two of the body, of the mind versus the soul. I had to just do it again. It was a network interruption. As the network interrupted, then I had to start it again because it's not finished yet. So we just cut this one now. The part two. So when we are talking about the mind versus the soul, a lot of people are going to get confused with this teaching. Because why? It seems it looks like the mind is also the soul. Because what you always hear is the body, the spirit, the body, the spirit, and the soul. Or some will say the body, the mind, and the soul. So, what is that mind there? In the part one, I have defined and explained the mind and how it's come into existence. But I want us to go deeper a little. So now we have the body that has been fabricated in your mother's womb, designed by your father. So your father is like the architect who designed it and gave it to your mother. And your mother received the plan and then produced you, creates you. Woman is always God. And then creates you. But because there was also an architect, so of course it's man and woman, but we give her the accolade because she's the universal manifested in flesh. Good. So she created you and then deliver you into through a sacred portal known as the vagina. Now you are in your fruits now. Now you are growing now. Age from 0 to 3, your mind don't exist. The only thing that exists is your soul. Please call me later, okay? The only thing that exists at that time is your soul. It's even Facebook. I don't take Facebook call. Meaning this person don't know me, okay? The only thing that exists that time is your soul. So from that your age of 0 to 3, you are seeing your soul, you are communicating with your soul. Sit down and observe your baby. You will know what I'm telling you now. You are communicating with your soul. You are in line with your soul because what is existing is just the body and the soul. So because the soul don't stay inside the body, listen very good. Because the soul don't stay inside the body, the soul is always around. Like I'm talking to you now, although now she's busy, she's not here, but she's always connected. She can sit here and be observing, always around, even if they are not present instantly, depends on their mission, but they are always connected. The connection is stronger than Wi-Fi or infrared. So they're always there. So, but as a baby, they're always there. Then, what happened is this. From the age of 7, or 3 upwards now to 7, that depends on the family anyway. There are ways you protect kids. Yeah. Like all these our children, we did it for them. But no problem. Let me just talk about regular people, family. People don't know so many things about this type of things. Okay. From that age of 3 to 7, their mind start forming outside of their own illusional identity of self, which you can call spirit, start taking the shape But don't forget the soul is genderless and shapeless. So your spirit, which you can also call your mind now, is the one now taking the shape of this your body to create an astral self. Why is it important for that to be created? That's why you're born many times, but you don't. No problem. Why is it so important to create that? Your body cannot shift from this realm to the other realm. So your body need an astral self, which is what is astral self? Like a photocopy of your body, but in form without without substance, like entity, without all this load, bones, flesh, all these things. They will now form that, and it's more likely being shaped out of your blood. Your blood is your spirit. Your spirit stays in your body. She come and go, depends on her mission. But her house is inside your body. Your spirit is in body, no other spirit can possess you. So don't forget now your body is like a vessel. If you lose your spirit, any spirit can possess you. When you hear people like us talk about orishas and all these different deities, these are different from your soul. These are external beings, external entity that you have contract with. Maybe before your past life or before you came, different reasons. Depends on how old your soul is. Like me now, I have 7 deities I have contract with. It's a soul contract, so no need of even thinking of breaking it. I just have to follow up. It's more easier. Of course, I have the will to break it. But if I don't want to, then I also follow up because it's not my problem. It's people helping me. So that is how it is. You see some people, they have problems, but everybody has their story. What I'm trying to say is that's your spirit now that has taken this shape of your body was needed so that your soul now can have like a junction box. Just try to use a technical word. When you see an electrician wiring your house, they will now create a junction box where all the electric power will meet and then start distributing it within your house. That's what your spirit is for. So it now become your body, your spirit will be in the middle, and your soul be in the other part. Your spirit now become that passage where the energy of that your soul comes through. Why is it so? You can ask me if we're in a classroom. You can ask me and say, Dr. Oguname, but if the mind was not existing between that age of 0 to 3 and the baby was completely aligned with her soul, why was it not needed later? This is a question you can ask me if you are here, of course. So because I know you can ask me, so I ask myself so I can give you the answer in case it's in your head now. The reason why the astral self need to form is because of the multi-dimensional task of the soul. Let me break it down again. The reason why your mind, your spirit was needed to create a form was because of the multi-dimensional duties and functions of your soul. Don't forget, like we explained in the part 1, the soul is a multi-dimensional being that exists in different realm, different space and time at the same place, which means your soul can, let me just use an example now, your soul can be in Japan, Tokyo, in Japan, in Mumbai, in Senegal, in Nigeria, all at the same time, doing different things at the same time, because your soul is not limited with time and space and all those things. So when that is going on, your soul now need to deposit like a control tower to always receive signal. That's where now this mind, this spirit becomes useful, because this spirit now become like that junction box where to receive that signal from wherever that soul is. Your soul can be very far. Your soul can go back to 2,000, 3,000 years ago and start fixing things that you did. But your spirit will just be inside your body there receiving signal from the same soul. So your soul needs your spirit. But as a baby, they can't give you a spirit yet. Because spirit can die. So it's the duty of a soul to protect first that body to mature. People can capture your spirits and cage your spirits. Especially these dark people with dark occultic knowledge. Those one don't want to change the energy of today. Let's push all those things aside. But what I'm trying to share with you is this. That your spirit now, who has taken the shape of your own body now, that's why spirits have gender. If your body is a man, your spirit is a man. Your body is a woman, your spirit is a woman. So that spirit now becomes a new entity. But now that your spirit is being formed now, whatever you hear is what your mind feed on now. Whatever you see is what your mind feed on now. Your mind don't know the difference. This is what you have to know. That is why we protect kids from watching horrific graphic image. Because you as adults, you know they are just acting. But the kids don't know that. They just watch and download everything. So your mind now become, this is why I teach soul food. Because your mind now become like that USB that is installing everything. Everything. She don't filter nothing. Anything you see, anything you hear, anything you touch, anything you sense, and as your mind is downloading it, is feeding it direct to your soul. And when your soul see those things as toxic information, now picture your soul, your body, your mind, your spirit as a tube which normally water flow through. But now because you're feeding your mind junks, all you do is listen to junks, all you do is eat junks, all you do is talk junks, all you do is, everything you do is nonsense. You don't do anything that uplifts your spirit, that boosts your soul, that help your soul. Then that canal become blocked. Now you are disconnected from your soul. Because for the soul to protect herself, since what she wanted to work with is now toxic, then she will disengage. That's why we have so many lost souls today. But she disengaged does not kill the spirit. The spirit is still existing because you know why? Now that the spirit is disconnected from the soul, so I've got it. That one is disconnected now. Now the spirit will not take the shape. So the spirit don't have option now because she's not getting network now. She's not getting the freshness now. So she will just take the shape of everything. That's why you see some people become so bitter. And the spirit is very good at taking those everything you download, they take the shape of it. You see some people, they become so addicted to something. You see some people become so because everything you download now, since your soul is disconnected, that flow of life is gone. So now you are working with the spirit and the body. And you have a lot of problem. And that's the same thing that happened to many religious people anyway. Because what religion is doing is religion wants you not to have any relationship with your soul. Then they want you to not even use your own spirit. Then they believe they have a spirit you should use. That's why we say religion is dangerous. So it's like they disconnect you from your soul, they cage your spirit, which is your mind, and then you just become their own flock. You know the psychological and spiritual damage of religion. You will just run for your life. But we are not talking about those ones now. We know their problem already. We are talking to old souls who still have, who still understand. Those are the people we are talking to now. So, that soul that is lost now, it's not lost. That word lost is not really the right word, but we always use it lost because why? This is a multi-dimensional being. And as you have disconnected from that soul, especially collective souls don't have time for nonsense. Because you know why? Same way he activated your mother's egg and used your father to design it to activate your mother's egg, same way he did it around. So many of you now, you are more than 7 on this earth. Some of you are more than 10 on this, if you have a collective soul. You are more than 10 on this earth. That's why when you study Ifa, you will see, although some Ifa priests don't even really, but no problem. When you study Ifa, you will see what they are trying to show you. 16 Odu of Ifa gave birth to 256 Odu of Ifa. And then the 256 Odu of Ifa splitted themselves and gave birth now to almost uncountable Odus of Ifa. What they are trying to tell you there with all those male stories and all those things you hear from Ifa priests is exactly what I'm explaining to you now. It's exactly what I'm explaining to you now. Because the language of the universe is the same language. It can be interpreted in different ways, but it's just the same language. So, that soul that disconnected, there is a chance to reconnect it back. But before that soul can ever be reconnected, that toxic mind now needs to be detoxified. So what colonialism and religion did to Africa was they brought their junks and installed. That was nice. My stomach is crying and say, "Oh, I'm happy." Yeah, this is beautiful. They brought their junks and installed it in the mind of Africans and made Africans think they want to help Africans become civilized. Many Africans don't know that that word civilized means programmed and see things from our own paradigm. Our ancestors were not primitive, they were not bush people as I told you. They were super intelligent people. But today they want to make Africans think and believe that they don't know anything, they have not contributed to humanity, so they have to follow them. That is a psychological warfare, it's a mind game, and they are winning perfectly because many Africans now hate themselves. Yeah, who hate their ancestors, so they are winning. But that's why we are keep on trying to keep on waking the people with the little way best we can. So, what I'm trying to share with you now is now that that soul have disconnected, the spirit now and that body, if that spirit found help, you can be safe. How can that spirit find help? This is how it works sometimes. You have to understand these things. You see, that father who was the architect, listen very good, or now I start going deeper again. That father who was the architect and that mother who created that structure that was designed by the father, they both have something also. They both have a soul also. They both have people who also created them also. People created them also have people who created them also. People created them also have people created them also. All those ones now what we fuse together and call ancestors. Listen good. Now that you have lost yourself, now the ancestors step in. They will start protecting that spirit now. Because you are disconnected. Because normally with your soul around nobody, nothing can ever happen to you. That's your soul. Nobody can ever go there. No problem. That's why we advise people to do Oromila. Oromila initiation is the first important thing to do because Oromila is not a deity. Oromila is your own head. But no problem. Let me go back. So those your ancestors now take in charge. Sometimes you don't even know because you're so now you are lost, you're ignorant, you're still in the party, checking your ass, you're doing nonsense, junk, the same thing that make you so disconnected from you. But your ancestor, because of that genuine love, that's why we always say your ancestors is your closest spiritual ally. They always love you. They keep loving you regardless your attitude. They never stop loving you. You have to be very grateful and always pray to your ancestors. They love you more than any God. A God can dislike you and curse you, but your ancestors can never curse you. Because they know the real. So, if from that of your father's side and your mother's side, although we have to be saying all the truth. All the truth is this. If from your mother's side, they have always have series of a disconnected people, then your ancestors are more likely not to be existing. But if your mother family, they have always been grounded. Let's say your grandmother was grounded, your grandfather was grounded, then they are with you. But sometimes your immediate grandmother or grandfather who have just died might not be grounded, but the ones from 800 years, 600 years ago might be grounded and still come to your rescue. There are different type of ancestors and they have different ranks. Pray to be seeing them so that you will be understanding all these things we are saying. Yes, we are different type of ancestors. Just that Christianity have brainwashed so many people. When you see them now, you will think you have spiritual attack. That's now the latest problem now. Because you don't see one white woman with white feather, you will just think this is winch. Because they don't have fair face. Because their face is dark and you will just think this is winch. They have brainwashed many of our people. Some will see masquerade in the dream, you will be scared. You'll be scared. Don't know that it's once upon a time, people always dress with the palm tree, with the leaves of the palm tree. So now you will see somebody wear leaves of palm tree, you just hey, when you that, and your good pastor now will eat your money. Your fake native doctor now will still take money from you. They will not tell you the truth because you have just helped them now get some free cash based on your ignorance. But no problem. So now, those your ancestors now who are far behind, even if the new ones now disconnected, they will come and help you. They will come and be protecting you. What are they doing now? Because you can ask that question. Who is now this me that they are protecting? This you that they are protecting now is this astral self that still have that signature of that soul that departed, of that soul that disconnected. So because your astral self is already formed, they will start protecting that your astral self. Why? They see everything. They know that if you can be guided and protected, you can find a way to reconnect with yourself. That's why you see so many people From the age of 17, 16, ooh, they eat the street, they fuck everybody, they use all drugs and pills, they drink all alcohol, they travel the whole earth, they keep doing anything, they just think, they just want, they don't care about nothing. They keep fighting, doing all kind of junks and dirty things. So when they start getting to the age of 25, some have did abortion, the women, some have did abortion more than 15 times already. Some of the men, they don't even know how many women they have impregnated. Some will just go into courts, fighting, but different things. Why, when they get to the age of 30, 34, 35, kind of start slowing down. Like, I'm a woman, I fuck everybody. I've done everything. I've used all pills or drugs or everything. And what's life now? Why some still don't get it from 35, they still keep on going until they get to 40, 42, 43, 44, 45. That thought start coming. So as that thought is coming, their cycle, based on they have built it with toxic people, as that thought start coming, they want to start having time to sit down on their own, to start reflecting. The toxic people will bombard them again, because all they hear is toxic, all they see is toxic, all they breathe in is not so cool. So everything around them is toxic. Normally, the only way to save them is love, to pull them out of that water. But in most cases, it's very difficult for them to even have access, because their own interpretation and knowledge now about love becomes so different. So you see some people, they will lose the chance. They will lose it at start in 32. Okay, this is the cycle. 0 to 3, you are still with your soul. From 3 to 9, let's just say 7, but let me use 9 so we can be having figures. From 3 to 9, now you start having your astral self, your spirit. So depends on the home you are be born in, depends on the family you have, you can still be connected. So for irregular families who don't know anything, who is always teaching their children junks, from 9 your children's already disconnected. That's why I see some babies from 5 years where they'll do some things here to say, which kind they just spoil this speaking. Yes, because of the family was born, she or she was born into. So from 9, the disconnection starts. From 8, they start forming and creating everything that has to do with their identical self from that 9. So that one will happen to like 14. From 14, they go into another dimension. Now they start being curious about the society, everything they have learned now from that age of 7 to from that age of 3 to this 14, and start becoming what they are, start taking shape of their spirit and everything. So from that 14 now, if they are not being guided and protected, bagbo, they become like crispy, crispy people. And then from that 14 to 23. Until 23, if they are lucky, they start getting it right. If they are not lucky, they just forget. They lose it now until they get to 31. No stop. The only thing that can stop them sometimes is accidents, sickness. Because sickness sometimes comes to slow them down so that they can have time for themselves. But if they don't have those knowledge and nobody guide them, they will not know the reason the sickness came. They will just follow up as soon as they recover. Fine, no problem. So from that 31, before then, if they have not given birth, from that 31, they will start making babies. If they are too busy rocking life, and maybe they also have different mission, because don't forget, everybody is not here to make babies. But no problem, depending on their soul mission, from that 31, 32 to 35, 40, they have chance. From 35 to 40, they have chance. If they lose it from 40, this is what always happens. If they lose it from 40, then they have to wait till they are 54. But when the person's head is very good, from 43, because of that 43, that number there, from 43, he or she can have chance to tap into it again. But if you lose that cycle, you have to wait in 54. Then if you lose 54, the last chance in his life is when he becomes 62. Then if you lose it at 62, is dead forever. That one is a wasted being already. So if you are a drunkard, you are addicted to drinking, and you started from the age of, let's say, 20, and at 42, you still have not realized that this drink is not good for you, then you are finished forever. Just forget. Because why? It will take you 10 years to completely detoxify yourself. So where do you start from? But if you can find love, that's why we always say love is the most powerful force in the universe. If you can find love, genuine love, not I love you, no, genuine love. That love now will become a cleaner. Will clean your soul and it purify you. Sometimes all you just need is love. When we say love, now mean, because this is where people always get it wrong. It don't mean, I love you, sleep with you, I love you, let's just live together, marry. That's not the only love we're talking about. But many people still don't understand what is love. Just knowing someone you're so connect with that you both can share everything together, and just that love, pure, genuine love, without expectation or anything, that connection alone is enough to fix you. Then, from that age of 23, if you are lucky and you start getting exposed to soul food like this, then, this is what I call my teaching soul food. Then, as your ear is hearing those things that your soul need, the echo, I want to show you some secret why some of you are connected to Oguname now. The echo starts reaching the ears of your soul. It's like something that was dumped and left inside a well. Then one day you start hearing, from that well. And the soul is like, yeah, I'm getting a signal. It's the same thing Romila rituals and all those things do if it's done perfectly. It helps you connect back to your soul. But soul food also do the same thing. I'm getting a signal. And let's say every day now, you're always listening to Oguname. Of course, there are different soul food, but I have to use myself. You're always listening to Oguname. You're always listening to soul food, things that uplift your soul, things that boost your spirit, things that connect you more and more. Then your soul starts hearing, oh, like someone is calling from deep forest, from far away. That's what your soul starts hearing. So every day now you start seeing yourself getting addicted to Oguname teaching. You start listening more and more. The next day you want to see again. You want to hear. Maybe some you don't agree, okay. But you always find like, I'm so connected to this man. I love listening to this man. Okay. You don't know why, but you just know that anytime Oguname is teaching his soul food, you like to be there. You can't wait to hear the next one. Then your soul start hearing this echo, and start getting closer. If you are not interrupted, that soul food now will now become like that alcohol chemical to clean the tube of this pipe that has been blocked with junk. I'm just explaining it like I'm a hydraulic plumber. In English, I call it plumber. I'm just explaining it like that now. When a plumber, your pipe is blocked, plumber will look for like strong chemicals, pour on it to open all the pipe. Exactly, that's what soul food do. So when you read good thing for your soul, when you listen to good thing for your soul, automatically now that's your in your mind that has taken the dark shape of those toxic things around you, start detoxifying yourself, start cleansing. The light starts shining brighter, and then that starts reflecting and dropping like a signal. Don't, because don't forget the control tower. Don't, and your soul start getting that signal like, it's still alive there. What was the mission even? Oh, okay. Then you start feeling emotion. Sometimes you can just sit there and be crying. You can start feeling different, strange emotions that you don't even know where it's coming from. Sometimes you just sit down and feel so sad. People will say you are depressed. You are not depressed. But if you don't know, you will go to your doctor. I'm depressed. That one will just give you pills. So the pains will make the pills easier for you to swallow. You will think you are feeling yourself. No, you are just fucking yourself up more and more. You don't need pills. You don't need it. But no problem. I know sometimes pills help, but that does not mean you need it always. So what I'm trying to say is your soul start getting that signal, and then your soul start coming closer. Because your soul is in a self-preservation mode, she don't just run fast and come closer, because she don't know how toxic and dirty this house is now. So she can't step her foot there and now dirty herself. She's a pure, authentic, and innocent being that have to protect and safeguard herself first. Very important. So, but she start coming closer. So your ancestors now will start going to them, going to her, and making them know, this is our daughter and she's still alive. We can still work things out. So all of them will now start working as a team. All of them will now start working as a team to help you. But if you are not playing the physical aspects, if you are not playing the physical role you should be playing, then it's a big problem. It's very difficult. So that's why you always hear when you okay, like with Benin, let me use the Benin for example. Okay. Doleini ime ni dolagmo ino, which means repair the spirit word when we are praying to our ancestors. Repair the spirit word for me, and let us repair the physical word for you. Because this is the job. This is why you are here. You are not here to come and be showing you have the biggest car in town, or to show you how big ass you know how to twerk and jump, and to show you like your man hair. Others wanna, yeah, it's good to look good, but those are not the priority. It's good to have a very big cars and everything, but they are not the priority. It's good to have huge house, but it's not the first priority. Your first priority is to be aligned with your own soul. But when you are not trading that for every other thing else, meaning you have lost your own soul, or you are risking to lose your own soul. So the ancestors will play their parts, help the soul come back. The more you keep feeding on soul food, soul food now become, even the word has already explained it, like you eat in your body to have vitamin, proteins to stay alive. So those beautiful, incredible things you hear now, like what you are listening to now, this is a soul food. Your soul is the one listening and enjoying this. Normally your mind is busy. Your mind would be like, what is this man saying, self? How did he even know all these things, self? Then instantly your mind will just jump away. I have not called this Amaka. I promise I will call her this morning. Today Sunday morning, first of the month. Okay, tomorrow is when I will pay my bill. Then your mind will come, your soul will draw you again, you'll come back again. Okay, where did he even stop? This man, Oguname, he always talks strange. All these are your mind, your voice in your head now. He always talks strange things. Okay, then you're listening. You're listening. Before you know, your mind will take you away. I have not bring that meat out of the freezer. Later I will have to cook stew. And the children, maybe I'll take them to park again. Then instantly you will remember again that you are listening to Oguname. You come back, you will just be dangling around. It's okay. It's supposed to be so. But what matter now is your ear is still feeding the soul food. Your ear is downloading it and your soul is enjoying it. So the more your soul keep feeding, the more intimacy with your soul keep on growing. And the more your soul will keep on connecting to you. And before you know, you will not dream of Oguname. You will not be Oguname now will not become a door that your soul is using now to communicate with you. Because why? Your soul has found favor in the eyes of Oguname, which you have connected to. This is why my teachings are so full. Normally I don't have time. This morning I just have things to do. But I have to create this because I know my own part here on earth to do. I know my own role here. And my role here is to share soul food with you. I might not be able to solve all your problems, but I can give you soul food that can help your soul help you to solve your problem. That's what's up. So when we're talking about soul food, sometimes you might wonder why this kind of teaching now we don't have 500, 1,000 views. But if we are quarreling, shouting, versing, you can see people just fool. Imagine I'm starting now shouting, bleh, bleh, bleh. You will see people, yeah. Not everybody is ready. Not everybody is old souls. So these teachings are mostly for the old souls. For a baby soul, this kind of teaching is boring. You can't even have patience to listen. You can't even understand. It's like, what is this man talking? Sir, this man is just talking. I don't understand him. We just scroll past. It's not their fault. They have not gotten there yet. It's like you are teaching high level of mathematics to children in kindergarten. They don't understand what you're saying. That is exactly what is going on. So, this type of teachings, this type of old souls, this type of soul food are for old souls, not for everybody. Good morning, Vie. Nice to see you. So, always try your best. Connect to your soul. Do things that connect your soul. And the easiest way to connect with your soul, be present. Your mind is an illusionist. Your mind will create events and create thoughts and want to make you see it like that. No. That's her job. She's an illusionist. Shut her up and listen to your soul. When your soul is speaking to you, it's like it's coming from back of your ear. When your mind is speaking to you, it's coming from your head. So anytime you hear the voices from your head, don't listen. The only way you will listen to the voice of your head is when you are doing like technical things. Let's say this wardrobe in my back now. I'm like, okay, I want to dismantle it and refix it back. Then you can listen to your mind because that's where the mind is good at. They tell you, have you read the manual? Go and read the manual, Oguname. Read the manual so you can know how many screws you need, how many things you need. Then you can be following the order of your mind. That's normally what you needed them for, to guide you and take directive from your soul. But if you have not mastered the mind, then that shepherd is the wrong shepherd. Or if you have always feed yourself with junk. Because what the mind is doing is all information she download, she just replay it in your head and mix it together. That's why sometimes you will just sit down, you start hearing one music in your head. Maybe one music from one artist like, and normally you are not even in a mood to go party or anything, but you will start saying, where is this music song in my head? Before you know, you will start just checking your body. Before you know, you will now start looking for the music in your phone to listen to. Your mind has made you the slave now. You want to go and pee. Your bladder is full. Your mind is like, oh, it elite you. Oh, don't elite you. If holding it elite you. Goddess. How are you?
Gut.
Das ist schön.
Heute habe ich kein Pipi ins Bett gemacht.
Because you're a goddess now. Give me 5. That is nice. But please, go now. Sit. I want you to be very relaxed, okay? Come and lie down with me here. Okay.
No.
And how was your dream? Bless you.
Ich will noch hören.
Yeah, I'm minding of the teaching now. So just listen to your soul. Listen more to your soul. Yeah, we have to cut out this morning. I think you have done well. It's okay for today. Always listen to your mind, to your soul. Let your soul be the one guiding you. Feed yourself things you know is good for your soul, and let your soul be in charge. Your mind is an illusionist. Exactly. That's to say our mind can sometimes use us without our notice. Of course, not just sometimes. The mind is always trying to be in charge. Especially, that's why we say mastermind. Master your mind. Goddess.
It's auch von mir.
Yeah, it's also from you. But this one is dirty. We have to wash this stuff later.
Ja.
Go and put it in the laundry box. Don't worry, don't do anything now. Just leave it here. I'll take care of it. Just sit. I don't want you to do too many action yet, okay? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the mind can use you. The mind, if you're not in charge, the mind will be in charge. That's how it works. And if the mind is in charge, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. Yeah. Because you want to do this thing, your mind will be telling you this thing, the other thing. So now you don't pray for what your soul needs anymore. You pray for what your mind wants. The mind becomes now your God. They will stop it here for now.
Stop it.
Yeah. I have to stop it because of you. I have to cuddle with you. You know, I can't miss it this morning. Bye-bye for now. We talk later. Okay, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.